DocTalk is brought to you by Merck Animal Health, the science of healthier animals.
Hey folks, welcome to DocTalk. Thanks for joining us today. Dr. Dan Thomson here with my friend and colleague, Dr. Nels Lindberg. As you can see, we're on location in Great Bend, Kansas at Animal Medical Center with a couple of special guests, Nash and MacKenzie Lindberg. We're going to have a great show talking about how to take the focus off of you and onto your employees, and how your employees can take the focus off themselves to get through adversity and get the job done right.
As dependable as the sunrise, in dairy parlors, open pastures, on ranches and feed yards across America, a place where reputation is more than a name, where the science of healthier animals is a way of life. It's the responsibility that drives who we are and what we do. Every decision, every day. It's your livelihood and our responsibility.
Closed caption brought to you by AgriLabs, the perfect pairing of performance and value.
This segment brought to you by the new Hired Hand Portable Cow Sprayer. For more information, visit cowsprayer.com.
Hey there and welcome to DocTalk. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson and I'm here with my good friend Dr. Nels Lindberg, and we're on location today. As you can tell, we're in Great Bend, Kansas. We're at Animal Medical Center. Thanks for being on the show.
Glad to be here.
And we have a couple special guests here with us, Nash and MacKenzie Lindberg. And guys, how old are you? 8. Well, good. And now, some of the questions we had kind of getting ready for this. What is your favorite animal?
A Jersey. Cat.
Cat. We'd rehearsed about the Jersey, folks, but if it's a Jersey, it's a Jersey. So
I don't think it's a Jersey. He says it's a Jersey.
Now, the other question we have for the both of you is, what are you going to do when you grow up?
Either a farmer or a vet.
Either a farmer or a vet?
Work at Papa Murphy's.
And you're going to work at Papa Murphy's. Well, we got some things rolling. So we got jerseys and veterinarian and farmer, and we got a cat owner at Papa Murphy's. And how could life get any better? But that's what our show's about today.
That's right.
It's about how things change and how things in our lives change how we kind of look our job and what we do.
She's not a teacher.
That's right.
That's right. Life changes as we get older and mature, and hopefully mature and advance out of college or whatnot. And you have children, you soon learn that, maybe life isn't about you anymore. And we can all be greedy or selfish in many ways, and it's an advancement to get past that. That life isn't about you anymore, that kids often help you better understand that it's about them. And if you run a ranch or a feed yard or a farm and you have people that work for you, those people depend on your leadership to make sure they have a paycheck and mouths to feed. And it's not about you anymore, it's about them. And it's about the animals, it's about the crops that you raise. And once you make that transition in your mind, I think you'll find great success.
Yeah, and I see that transition many times of not only the people that are working with me, but then how I change to serve others as you meet their family, as you understand that some of these decisions that seem real easy to make on paper or real easy to make that for a business proposition really have a lifetime impact on the people that we're dealing with day to day.
Yeah, it can be a happy medium, and sometimes, there are decisions that have to be made, but when you know families and when you're giving them your all and you've got your heart and soul and you know them and you know their family, you know their wife, you know their kids, you know the activities they're involved in, and that decision can change. And if you don't know, their kids very well, or you don't take an active interest in their lives, then they may not stick with you very long.
Right, and that's another thing that we deal with day to day in farming and ranching is here we are with a 30% turnover rate annually. And I would venture to guess that that how you treat them and as a professional probably has more to do with them staying with you or leaving than what you do on the paycheck.
Yeah, we talk about communication and all those sort of things, but above all, it's about caring for people.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be here in Great Bend, Kansas, Animal Medical Center. Thanks for joining us. More after these messages.
This Meet the Future Veterinarian is brought to you by Zuprevo. Choose confidence. Choose Zuprevo for BRD treatment. Lindsay Hedrick grew up in Burnville, Pennsylvania on her family's dairy farm and was under the influence of her dad, uncle, and grandfather. As she was given more responsibility, she developed a particular interest in the transition cows, which led to a career focused on animal health. After graduation, Lindsay plans on returning to a dairy practice in Pennsylvania.
Some call it a come-from-behind victory, an unlikely win, a reversal of fortune, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. This is our moment, our victory dance, because we choose confidence. We choose Zuprevo for BRD treatment. Ask your veterinarian to prescribe Zuprevo. Zuprevo is a fast-acting, long-lasting BRD treatment that you can count on to get the job done. Choose confidence. Choose Zuprevo from Merck Animal Health.
Horn flies are a nuisance and a production loss, so getting rid of the problem is important. What I like about the vet gun is you don't have to go out there weekly to treat them with a topical fly applicant. It has some duration, it lasts. You see the increase in weight gain, it just works. I've used it on our 1,500 cow-calf operation, and it makes me more confident in saying, hey, this product's gonna work on your operation too.
Through the generosity of Dr. Eva Gardner and Dr. Dan Thomson, Kansans now have the opportunity to support the wildfire relief effort by purchasing a signed and numbered print of the original painting, A Walk Through Henry's Dreams, by Dr. Gardner. This gallery quality print is only $200. Order your print today online or call 785-273-5115. Please help support the Kansas Livestock Foundation Wildfire Relief Fund.
This segment brought to you by the new Hired Hand Portable Cow Sprayer. For more information, visit cowsprayer.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. Dr. Dan Thomson here with Dr. Nels Lindberg. We're at Animal Medical Center here in Great Bend, Kansas. And Dr. Nels, we've been talking about doing things such as, the impact of how your life changes with the addition of family and how the impact of family can really have a profound impact on work. And so when you're sitting here, you have partners, you have technicians, you have office staff. Talk a little bit about how you go about helping balance the business with the families.
Well, it's going back to communication. It's about communicating with them, and then beyond that, it's that work-life balance that's hard and delicate to do, especially if you're a partner in an operation. But then you have those people that do work for you and are, excellent team members, and you have to figure out that balance because you can't expect them to work 24/7 for you. If they are working 24/7 for you, they're going to be exhausted and some things are going to happen.
Well, either they're going to be exhausted or they're going to exhaust their family, and because their family's not going to put up with it. And I think that's where you get back to the, sometimes it's more comfortable to get in that groove and just keep working.
Yeah.
And instead of taking that time to stop and say, hey, what am I neglecting?
Yeah, and so you either lose one or the other. You either lose them as a team member from your place of employment, or they lose their family. And when you have thoroughbreds or excellent people working for you, good cowboys, good farmers, that's the last thing you want.
Right.
And so, you ask about us specifically here. We work very hard at trying to get people the time that they need. And when it's time to shut down, we don't want them hanging around here. We want them to get home with their families, spend time with their families. But also even above that, with this day and age in electronics, we can go home and be just glued to a digital screen. And your kids can be glued to a digital screen. But so when you do send your people home, you want to challenge them to not just be at home and hanging out and be glued to a phone or a digital screen, but be very intentional about spending quality time with their family.
Yeah, be in the moment.
be in the moment and get off your phone. And it's hard for me, it's hard for anybody, but you have to prioritize that.
Yep, and you know, the other one is you know, I've always felt this, you know, there are some people who genuinely say, hey, I can't do this because I want to spend more time with my family. But then if you are going to use the I want to spend more time with my family, don't go out and be playing golf with your buddies. You know, you truly focus on that.
Yeah, and I think it's about communicating that to them. Hey, we want to work with you. We want you to be here. We want you to be with your family in your off time. And when you are in that off time, you know, we want you to be very intentional about it and building those relationships with your family, because they need you. And you're not there a lot. And when you are there, they really need you to be active and focused in their lives.
Absolutely. Leave the office at home. We're going to take a break, folks. When we come back, more with Dr. Nels Lindberg here at Animal Medical Center in Great Bend, Kansas. Thanks for watching DocTalk. More after these messages.
The BQA Tip of the Day, sponsored by Beringer Engelheim Vetmedica, Inc.
Hello folks, this is Dr. Nels Lindberg with Animal Medical Center and Production Animal Consultation out of Great Bend, Kansas. Today's BQA tip of the day, we want to visit about fly control. Fly control is a very important aspect to any operation that's running cattle, because as we all know, flies can get very bad in the summer, especially late summer. We have different products and different things we can use to combat flies. Most importantly, we want to focus on it before the fly population is too high. We focus on it afterwards. We can be a little too late to the party. We want to use products that are effective around premises, along bunk lines, but also on these animals. We have to take care of the environment as well as the animals. There are some great products out there. There's some new products that are very long lasting. Products that can be washed off buildings, washed off cement, multiple times, last for several weeks. Again, there are some great new products out there. Check them out. Contact your local veterinarian. He can help you out and give you some answers for your fly control population problems.
Say this is a calf that's been run through the chute a few too many times. Going through the chute stresses cattle, causing them not to eat like they should. Luckily, Pyramid 5 plus Presponse SQ provides proven protection against key respiratory diseases in a single shot, with just one trip through the chute. Talk to your veterinarian about Pyramid 5 plus Presponse SQ, and soon your calves will relax and eat like a whole different animal.
Hey there, folks. I'm Dr. Dan from DocTalk. On behalf of myself and the staff at Drovers, I'd like to invite you to our Cow-Calf Cowboy College in West Des Moines, Iowa on June 20th and 21st. We're going to have speakers such as Mike Apley, Tom Knopfsinger, Chris Reinhardt, and Mr. Dave Nichols from Nichols Angus Farm. For registration, please visit droverscowboycollege.com or call us at 1-877-482-7203. I hope to see you all there.
Broadband has become as important to us as highways. That is why DocTalk is teaming up with NTCA, the Rural Broadband Association, and rural broadband companies like Blue Valley Telecommunications in fighting for quality broadband access through the program Smart Rural Communities.
I don't think we have any idea what's coming in the future. I couldn't have imagined 5 years ago what we're doing today. So in 2 years, I would guess there's things we can't imagine that we're going to be doing.
To learn more, visit ntca.org/smart or bluevalley.net. Beef producers asked for it, and the wait is over. Enroflox 100 enrofloxacin from Norbrook, now approved for single-dose treatment and control of bovine respiratory disease, with the same active ingredient and dosing regimen as Baytril 100 in beef and non-lactating dairy cattle. Choose Enroflox 100 when looking for an injectable antimicrobial solution to treat and control BRD. Observe label directions and withdrawal times. See product labeling for full product information, including warnings and precautions. Consult your veterinarian to see if Enroflox 100 is right for your cattle. Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices. Valley Vet Supply. This segment is brought to you by the Beef Quality Assurance Program and the Kansas Beef Council, improving animal care and beef safety for more than 20 years.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. Dr. Dan Thomson and Dr. Nels Lindberg. I'm at Kansas State University, but today we're in Great Bend, Kansas at the clinic of Dr. Nels here at the Animal Medical Center, located on McKinley, right
Yes,
here
sir.
in Great Bend. And great information. You always bring so much passion, leadership, and you really focus on, and I think, we get so wrapped up in medicine, we get so wrapped up in our duties that we forget how to manage people. And without people, none of our operations move forward.
None of it happens because you can't do it by yourself.
Right.
And if you find yourself by yourself, you are in trouble.
Right. And so how do you get to that point? We're talking about it's not about you anymore. And talk about some of the operations that you work with, whether it's feedlots or cow-calf or whatever.
Well, with feed yards, I work with feed yards every day, and so that's what I'm intricately involved with. And so I see a lot of different feed yards and management styles and sizes of feed yards and different numbers of employees and kinds of employees. And for managers to be truly successful, and I don't care if they manage a feed yard, a hog operation, a dairy, a farm, whatever, owners, if they're dealing with one person, 2 people, 10 people, 20 people, it truly is, they've got to get past, that's not about them, and that it's about the people that work for them and help them advance their operation. And once you quit worrying about yourself so much, because I know this because it was me, and I failed at that. And once I figured out that, hey, it's not about you and it's about the people that work with you, they'll start pulling that chain harder, and it's about communicating to them what you expect and what you want done and what your vision is of where this operation is going to go, and you got to make those things very clear to them, because once you do those sort of things, they'll start pulling that chain, and they'll pull that chain very hard, but they got to know what you expect of them. And
so setting those crystal clear expectations of what your role is part of being unselfish.
Yeah, because as we know, you can't do it all.
Right.
And you have to release some things that are in your control, because you can't do it all. Once operations begin to grow and you have many things to do, you can't do it all. And we often think that nobody can do it as good as me. And
they might not, but you can't grow as a manager or grow as a mentor or grow your staff or your successor or your family member unless you let them do it.
Yeah, you've got to let them do it. And as painful as it might be, you've got to let them fail a little bit.
Yep.
You want to kind of give them some rope, let them skid their knees, scrape their knees a little bit. You don't want them to fall off the cliffs. That's when you kind of pull back. But you've got to let them skid, mark their knees up, and it might cost you a little bit. But that's the only way they learn is by failure.
You bet.
They have to learn.
Yep. Well, we're going to take another break, and we'll come back for our final segment, and we're going to bring our 2 friends back in for the final one. But
friends,
I just can't tell you, for me, they're friends. For you, they're
sometimes.
Yeah. But the thing is this: I can't thank you enough for what you do for our profession. I can't thank you enough for what you do for Kansas State and for the veterinary profession in general, and for the show. Folks, when we come back, more with Dr. Nels Lindberg and Nash and MacKenzie.
When looking at the number of farm and ranch operations, the USDA Census of Agriculture says cattle and beef production is the largest single segment of American agriculture. The census also says the average age of the American cattle farmer or rancher is in the late 50s. In order to support the continuous supply of U.S. beef, these producers need to do some business planning to successfully transfer their cattle operations to younger, independent producers.
My name is Sam Hands. I'm part of the operation here south of Garden City, Kansas, known as Triangle H. Our operation starts with an irrigated farming operation and also involves cow-calf as well as farm feedlot. So obviously the beef industry is very important to us as a marketing tool of those products grown on our irrigated farm. I feel especially privileged not only to be a part of the beef industry, but to have had the opportunity to be one of the original 6 delegates from the state of Kansas as the beef checkoff system was established back in 1986. And as I reminisce back at that times back there in the early meetings in the mid-80s and the early 90s, to me it was very humbling and gratifying to see all segments of the industry come together with a common goal, and that was to advance the sustainability of the beef industry and by way of a product that was going to bring satisfaction to our consumer.
Hi, I'm Marissa Kleistuper, and ever since I was a little girl, I have always known that I wanted to grow up and work alongside my dad. He has been my hero since I can remember, and got the opportunity to come back home and work alongside my dad on a daily basis and learn from him and watch the family operation continue to grow. And the other best part of my day is my two boys get to come alongside and work with us and learn from my dad as well.
But more than anything, as I look at this whole program, is what it's allowed us to do as a sustainable program in the beef industry, and it's allowed us to bring future generations into the operation in order that the beef industry might be sustainable for the future. My pride and my pleasure to have my daughter and her children to be part of our company here as Triangle H. Thank you.
Healthy cows start with the new hired hand automatic livestock sprayer. Rancher invented to provide an efficient alternative to pour-on and injectable parasite management systems. The portable design allows cattle to treat themselves head to hoof. Strategic device placement with pass-through activation technology takes the stress out of parasite treatment for cattle and the rancher, leaving more time to tend to other vital tasks on the farm. To learn more, visit cowsprayer.com. The new hired hand makes healthy cows easy.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We're having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
This segment is brought to you by the Beef Quality Assurance Program and the Kansas Beef Council, improving animal care and beef safety for more than 20 years.
Hey folks, welcome back to Doc Talk. Dr. Dan Thomson here with Dr. Nels Lindberg, and we have two very special guests to me and to Dr. Lindberg, Nash and MacKenzie Lindberg. We're here in Great Bend, Kansas at the Animal Medical Center, and we've been talking about something that seems so natural, but yet it's so hard to get to the point is when it's not about you and how you manage an operation or how you manage your business, whether it's your family, and then taking it to the next step, getting the others to think it's not about them.
Yeah, and it's a challenge, you know, specifically here for our clinic, or as I work with feed yards and talk to people, you know, as a leader, you first have to focus on that, and then it's not about you, it's about them. And really that next step of awesomeness, or another really high level, is helping your people better understand that, you know, hey, it's not about you either. It's about us collectively as a team. It's about you collectively as your family unit as a whole. Once you do, there's, you know, some awesome things that begin to occur. And if we're selfish about things, whether it's work or at home, things just aren't going to work as good as what we want them to do.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, I think sometimes we get caught in the thing where we as a manager worry about our employees and we worry about their families and our family, and then when they start to worry about you and your family, that's when, or not worry, but care. Then you really start to have a gelled team with distinct roles.
Yeah.
And nobody's role is more important than the other. They're just different.
Yeah, we don't mean to really get a little mushy or gushy about it, but, you know, we talk about, you know, care and compassion, but grace and love are two powerful terms. And I want everybody in this operation, and I want all other operations, to extend grace and love to their people. And I can't fill their cup, but I can sure empty my cup for them. And I want all team members to do that for each other. If you have every team member in a farm or pig operation or cow-calf operation, whatever it might be, your family ranch operation, if you have everybody understanding that we're here to empty our cup for each other, to hopefully fill their cup, and they accept the filling of their cup, things become, you know, pretty awesome.
Well, and it's how you get through adversity. If you have that team and family atmosphere, when it doesn't rain, or when it rains too much, or when we have too much snow, or we're having a bunch of high-risk calves, it's when you can then dig deep and pull for each other because you know each other has their back.
Yeah, that's 100% spot on. It's the only way you will get through it successfully.
Absolutely.
Families get divided, operations get divided, but if you have that I'll empty my cup for each other mentality, it's pretty hard to get divided.
Great. Well, thanks for being on the show. Nash, MacKenzie, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for watching DocTalk. Remember, always work with your local veterinarian, and if you want to know more about what we do, you can find us on the web at www.doctalktv.com. Signing off from Great Bend, Kansas with Nash and MacKenzie and Dr. Nels. Thanks for watching DocTalk, and I'll see you down the road. Closed caption brought to you by AgriLabs, the perfect pairing of performance and value.
For more information about this program or previous programs, go to DocTalkTV.com. DocTalk was brought to you by Merck Animal Health, the science of healthier animals.